So today our guest is a top table tennis coach from Hungary, Mr. Ferenc Karsai. Is it correct?
It's correct, yes.
It's correct. And we are happy to meet him in Estonia. So Ferenc, welcome to Estonia. Very nice to see you. Thank you for coming, and thank you also for this great opportunity to ask some questions.
So thank you for the invitation. This invitation came from ITTF because the European Table Tennis Union asked me that Estonia want to make one coach seminar, and I am first time here, and I am very happy that I take this opportunity to be here. And from tomorrow we make a coach seminar.
Okay, then I have to thank also European Table Tennis Union for this wonderful opportunity. And as you know, I am working for Table Tennis 11 company. So we are shipping table tennis equipment all over the world. And as a coach, as a top coach, you are coaching national teams, also not weakest countries. You were coaching big table tennis nations, and you don't need to buy quite often this equipment because you are supplied by international federation, I guess. But still, I guess you heard something about Table Tennis 11.
Yes, I heard it. Yes, I heard it. Yes, not so much, but I know you a long time, and I know what are you working also.
Okay, that's great. So everybody now is talking about plastic ball, and plastic ball changed our life, our table tennis life recently. So what is your opinion about plastic ball, how it happened that the plastic ball came, and what do you think about future of table tennis in connection with this new ball?
So some reasons why it came, we talked before about it, that in the business, faster working the business, also transport is better with the plastic balls. They had some really reasons why they change it. But in the table tennis is from my side like coach, also is a little bit changing, not is little bit, very much changing. If you think about it, maybe you must thinking about the table tennis style to change a little bit, to play faster, not so much rotation, to play faster table tennis, maybe closer from the table, or if you are in the background, you can also play with this, but little changing the movement. So is still now is not really 100% what you must change and how, but in the future maybe we can say exact answer for this question.
So you think that the game will change a lot?
Yes.
Yes. And
because for example, the chopper, you have obliged the chopper to play very good topspin. If you see now, there's some chopper player who play very hard forehand topspin, like Gionis is still okay. He didn't go down so much. But another chopper, if only chop, only defense, I think very difficult for them. Very difficult for them. Because they cannot make so much chop, so much rotation, backspin not so much, and after the speed spin can kill the ball.
So nowadays it's even more important for choppers, their attacking abilities.
Yes,
than
possible.
before.
Possible, yes.
Yes, I see.
I think also.
But what do you think in terms of material which players are using? Rubbers and blades, where they continue to use the same equipment, or they also have to change a little bit?
I think they have to change also, maybe not big change, but some change. But I don't know exact now, but I think the rubbers now is really more better quality like before. Before, some years ago, the energy was high the best quality. Now all rubbers from all companies more better and not so big difference now between the quality. But now how change the quality, how change the rubbers? Now with the plastic balls, I didn't think about it so much still. Now maybe in the future I'm thinking about it. Because the biggest problem, the plastic balls was so much different, still now is so much different. It's, if you play World Championship, you play Europe Championship with Itaku balls, totally another balls like DHS or Stiga balls or so it's different and very special preparation needed to go to the World Championship or to Europe Championship.
So before there was also difference between quality of different brands of the balls.
Yes.
But now the difference is much bigger.
Much bigger. And exactly this Nitaku is this is almost the first time we play with these balls without preparation. Maybe you cannot make the ball doesn't jump, and you don't catch the ball. It's unbelievable.
So the bounce was not exactly the same as before.
No.
Okay,
it's
so
total different.
So now we have the situation the same as in lawn tennis. So you have to play different style, and you need to have special preparation for clay, for hard.
Yeah.
So now you have in table tennis now you have to prepare
with
for the
the
ball.
balls. This not with the tables.
Yeah, not with the table.
We
but
don't have clay tables still now, but in the balls, I think in the future I think they make nearly same quality. They must do it.
They must do it
because it is not possible that all big events special preparation.
What about the quality of the ball?
In the beginning was unbelievable. So sometimes in the practice, 2.5 hour practice, 28, 30 balls broken. I don't want to say which company, but 30 balls was broken.
But why you don't want to say which company?
Because I don't want to say nothing. But it was the truth, and now is a little bit, or not little bit, more better quality. That if the time goes, after the quality always better and better. Yes. But different.
Different, yes, different.
But this new World Tour balls from the AIS is, I think, start to be good.
Start to be good. You mean the second generation of the balls? Yeah. Okay, so it's your opinion, or also players accept this quality of the balls?
Both. I think that my players know, and I have same opinion.
So no complaints about the quality?
Complain?
Still
complain, but we have same opinion about the balls, the players and I.
So what do you think? Is it possible that there will be players of a new generation that play different style, meant for this plastic ball?
Now, if you see the little bit the table tennis now, you can see one way from Japan. If you compare with China, if the best 3-4 Chinese players, they are completely full.
Without any competition, yes?
Completely full professional players. But the new generation from Japan now, very dangerous. You don't know how fast they are, unbelievable fast, unbelievable special table tennis, a table with backhand. And this is, I think, maybe the new generation style of the table tennis, close from table and to play very fast table, from table, very fast table tennis with backhand more and also forehand like Harimoto play. This is maybe a new style of table tennis, very good flick from table and also very good short. If you can do this, after maybe a new style of table tennis or a new generation coming, but not from China, no, from Japan. What looks like so.
So you see in the future there could be a competition between Chinese players and Japanese players?
I can say no. I think the most dangerous for China, Japan, a little bit Korea also, because they are also very fast players.
Also very
The fast players is more important now, like the slower with big rotation and so. This is balls.
So this is because of the balls?
Also because of the balls. Style change and the balls change.
But as far as I know, you worked a lot in Europe. And do you think that there is any chance or any opportunity for European countries and for European players to compete with best Chinese and best Japanese players now?
So when I was a national coach in Austria, I practiced 3 times with Chinese national team, because we practiced together preparation to the World Championship 3 times. And the table tennis was not so fast like now from table, but they are more professional than in Europe. I cannot compare all organization, practice, coach, how many players working with the coach, the analyzer, and everything is more professional. I don't see that European has so professional organization, even one country, or all European work together. I don't see that European work together, because the big countries like German and French, they work separate, and after very difficult to organize in Europe, central camp or central long project against China. This is, I don't think so, that China or Asia, we can say no Asia, we are not so good like Asia.
So you think that this distance, this gap from Chinese to Europe, it will be bigger?
Asia to Europe is bigger.
Asia to Europe, yes.
Yes.
Asia to Europe will be bigger and bigger.
Bigger and bigger.
And we have, you see no chance for Europe to make any steps?
Because don't work together, Europe.
So the only possibility is to join together? Like
Yes. Because the system is different. If you see Japan, also China and Korea, first priority the national and international, so national team and the international World Championship, Asia Game or Olympic Game. Here, first priority in Europe to get the money from the club. And the club money is most important, like the high priority, the international World Championship and the Olympic Games. And then federations doesn't work together with the club enough. They work something together, and this is not enough. If you see it in China, you have the China team, professional team, in August and 1.5 months and finished. After they are free for the national team. National practice and everything from October till World Championship, everything, they do what the national federation say. After, they must make full preparation. In Europe, you start with the club. Club don't give permission to go to international, but the player cannot do nothing because they need the money. And this is the problem. And this is also one point why Asia more gap between
other worlds.
Yes.
So the only chance for Europe is to be unified.
For Europe, I think is a chance if the free times for the best players, 18, 20 years, the best players together to work, I think 1 year, 2 months, different time together, and professional preparation, technique, correction, everything what is the best in the future to make, but it must organize the European Table Tennis Union. For East countries, West countries is the best, without protection, really the best talents, and after maybe we can come step by step to
closer to Asian players. But
this is my opinion.
But what do you think in terms of not politics, not money, but in terms of preparation, in terms of training process? Is there any opportunity to beat this Chinese system, which they have a lot of playing hours, a lot of practice, a lot of coaches? So before Sweden could compete with Chinese, even Chinese team was very strong, and they paid a lot attention to table tennis on different levels, on the club levels, on the government levels, but still Sweden was able to compete against China because they have different style, different way of practicing.
So you speak.
I'm talking whether should Europeans copy Chinese way of training, or they should create something their own.
So if we speak about the Sweden generation beat China about 20 years ago,
exactly.
Karsai, Persson and Wallner, and before Hungary beat, my country beat China also, but this is about 79 we beat China, Hungary. It was 40 years ago almost. What's happened in these 40 years? 40 years, why first Hungary can beat China? Because the Hungarian players made revolution in table tennis, new style of table tennis. The rotation and the Chinese players played half with pimples. Some players played with penhold, rotation, the table, but the revolution made Hungary. Also, the Sweden generation made revolution in table tennis. They played both sides very good, and in that time, the Chinese make focus only for the forehand topspin serve, and after forehand topspin, almost all the table. After Sweden beat them, this 2000, I remember in Kuala Lumpur in the team, Jürgen win 2 matches against China. And after 2003, my player Schlager beat the Olympic champion and world champion, and after he was the world champion in table tennis, but his table tennis was very much variable, mixed everything, and unbelievable good feeling. I don't think so that now with this ball is possible to play the table tennis what he played. This is also very much changing and more faster everything. I think we need time with these new balls, plastic balls, and to find a good relation between the fast play, between the feeling, and between the plastic materials, I think.
So we have to adjust first to the material, and then we have to decide which way to go.
What's happened? Yes.
What's happened? Yes.
I think this balls is not for China is the best. For Japan is better. Looks like now.
Yeah. When I talked to coaches from China, they told that this ball is not good for Chinese.
I think also.
Because
we
they
didn't talk about it,
yeah.
but I think I feel this also.
Yeah. They said that this ball has less rotation, and last years they pay a lot for mastering this top spin game.
Yes.
And now they have less spin, more speed, so it's not really benefit for Chinese.
Yes. And also they lost in Asia game already. They lost now in the World Championship. Also Zhangike lost, and it's not looks like that not easy for them in
Not
the future.
easy. What do you think about future of table tennis as a sport? Because now in many big table tennis countries, such as Germany, France, they are by far biggest in Europe for table tennis. And also, last but not least, in China, table tennis is reducing. So less players are playing. If we talk about Germany and France, so there are less licensed players, less players on the club level, and also young generation. They have a lot of other opportunities to go to other kind of sports, to play games or to study. So there nowadays, I feel that there are a lot of competition from outside to table tennis. What is your opinion? Is table tennis developing, or could the sport develop, or it would be shrinking?
This is a very good question, but I think also a little bit positive in this time that some people start to play table tennis, the older people, because for the sport, like only amateur sport, is very good sport, the table tennis. And I think altogether, the people who play table tennis in the world is not less, because many people like to winter and to go to the table tennis or to play table tennis, but not professional. This is I think is one. We keep the table tennis player all in the world, but not the professional. The professional is a question. If somebody decided that play table tennis, and after to have enough money from the table tennis is the first question. Better to study, or together possible study and table tennis and play high level. This is a second question, and this is a reason why not so many table tennis like maybe could be. For example, I was 1 year and 1.5 years in Canada, and there is the problem that the players, they finish the table tennis if they are 17, because so big countries is not possible practice and study. And they know it from table tennis is very difficult. There's enough money for the life. This is a problem. If, like in tennis, sure, if you are a good tennis player, you don't have money problem in your life. But in table tennis is not so. This is also is a little bit problem, I think. That they don't have enough money, the professional players. Only the best 30 or best 40 players in the world can live good from table tennis, but 120, if you are, for example, teacher in the school, or you are 120 in table tennis, in West Country, I think the teacher has more money than the 120 in the world.
So this is not about money, this is about table tennis.
Yes.
And table tennis nowadays is not enough to survive.
Yes.
So
as
a sport,
I am a little bit pessimist, but I think we must find a new solution that we have enough, maybe change the system in the league or something like this, and after they have more fun to play table tennis professional also.
On the professional level.
But all total, I think we didn't lose so many people in table tennis because many amateur people play table tennis.
It's not a secret that we know each other quite a long time. And once I came to your training camp. So you are doing your training camp each year in Hungary, on the Balaton Lake.
Yes.
And this is also an opportunity to make a good advertisement for you. So you can, I was visiting this camp together with my son. So he was playing table tennis at that time. He's still playing.
I remember he was small, 8 years old or something.
Yeah, 10 years old, but he's still playing. And we went to different countries at that time. One time we were in Croatia, one time in Hungary, and one time in China. But your table tennis camp was really outstanding, much better than all other camps. So I remember,
thank you very much.
It's not at all, it's your job, and you do it very well. I remember that there were altogether maybe 30 players, and you and your coaches, they paid attention to each player, and each player has the opportunity to master his skills. So even an amateur player could play this 1 week or 2 weeks, and he can improve. So what is the secret? And
this is not secret. We have different coaches, specialists for amateur players, and very important the multi-balls. With multi-balls you can make a good correction, movement, and everything. And we make this camp since 2003, and we have a good group, good working group, good coach group, good staff together to work. And last year was 160 players, 3 weeks, and also everybody was satisfied, I hope. But they told me they are satisfied, and because we try to do the best for them.
And
and also we have special. We know it in the beginning how strong the players, which group they come, and we make all practice who plays against who and about same level, and also the every time go to multi practice and multi-ball practice. And I try to do it with the ITT, in Hungary. I make for the 25, 26, as 11, 12 years old, 6 years ITTU camp. And last year I had about 60 players, and 3 groups I make it, and every players had every day 1.5 hour correction and multi-balls practice every day, because I had 10 coaches, and 10 coach can do very much.
So if
it is little bit same system like in China. In China national team, only 2 players has 2 or 3 players, 1 coach, and he make every day with his player individual practice. It's not possible in Europe, because when I was coaching in Austria, I had 10 players alone. Sometimes came the assistant coach and work together, but I try to do with all 10 players every day to play individual, but it was not possible with half, and the next day with another half. But watch the practice, correction, and multi-balls is not possible for 1 man. If I have more coaches in the camp, I have 10 coach, I can make more.
And if the player wants to come to your camp, how can he find this information? You have websites?
Yes, table tennis .hu.
HU.
Yes.
So like for Hungary?
Yes.
Tabletennis.hu.
Yes.
Okay. And the number of players are increasing each year, or it's stable?
Changing always the people, but we have also since 13 years. Every year came also some players, but we have different level. And we have different coach level also, different sparring partners, and after we organize like so.
But the number of the players is the same. You have over 150, or it's increasing year by year?
150 in 3 weeks.
In 3 weeks, yes.
3 weeks. But for example, next week I have in Hungary, but I don't have only now 27 players. It's not enough now because too early. Because in Hungary coming after this camp, in this town in Balaton, everything is closed because swimming world championship, and we don't have a hotel anymore, and we must start now in this season, beginning of July, and it's too early, and I don't have enough players now.
I see.
This is.
But also I remember that the place is very nice.
The place is very nice, yes.
So you can combine table tennis and swimming in the lake?
Yes.
So Balaton Lake is very beautiful. The town is very beautiful.
Yes. Very nice. Like standard is very, very high level.
And from what countries players are coming?
Many countries. Austria, most of, because not far away. Germany, Austria, coming from Netherlands, Belgium, England, America, Australian also.
So it's
Russian. You not only you, 2 or 3 players from Russia was there after also.
So it's quite international camp.
Yeah.
Really international camp.
Yes.
And as a coach, you have been worked for 20 years in Austria.
Yes, national coach.
As a national coach, as a men team.
Yes.
And you worked with Schlager when he became a world champion, and also with this best Austrian generation like Chen Weixing
Yes.
and Gardos.
Yes.
And then later, when you finished with Austria, you went to Canada.
Yes, 1.5 years, yes. But not all the time. I went 6 times a year to Canada, or international. I was in the some international with the players, and after I went to Belgium. And I am in Belgium with the Flemish part, Flamand part of Belgium, and I need it because I like the work also, and the players is also. They have a good fight. I like them. This both. I have 2 players. The one and first and second in Belgium. It's also sometimes come to me the Olympic champion of para, 16 years old, and very good group together, and the girls and boys in this center in Leuven is very good, working very good.
So table tennis is not only work for you, it's kind of...
It's my life, But most work was for me in Austria, almost 20 years with national team. I make 5 European champion, 1 world champion, first place in world championship, 3-4 times World Cup, first place, Olympic best 4, in Peking, so many, 180 or 200 Pro Tour medals and something, 25 European Championship medals, many things.
So can you compare Austrian table tennis and Belgian table tennis? These are 2 European countries which are quite close to each other. And is it table tennis is the same there?
A little bit, no. At the beginning, when I went to Austria played in 2nd division, and they don't have good players. When I went, after start, was 2-3 hungry players like Schlager. Hungry is meaning he wants to be good player, And also was a luck because 96 start the Pro Tour in the table tennis. And Adam Sharara, I think he made very professional work in table tennis, and he started with Pro Tour. And we were the first players who played in Pro Tour. And after 96 start, Schlager was, I think, 95, 100 in the world. But at the end of 96, we came to the Pro Tour final. I think it was 25 in the world, and 96, 97, and after 99 he was in the World Championship Sirs in Eindhoven or Rotterdam. In Netherlands, I remember, it was 99 Sirs place, and after, for example, 2000, 2001, he win so many medals. It's unbelievable. Almost all Pro Tour second, third place. He beat many Chinese players, and was really very good, the Pro Tour for him. And Austria after came to high level. Before was Austria second level. But after Austria, still 2014 I finished. 2014 in this year was Europe champion Austria also, but not with me. But it was my work, 34 years with this European team, but they won. Gardos, Habesohn. I made four generation in Austria. Two Chinese, before, after Schlager, Jindrak, Europe champion with Lengerov. After I made Chen Weixing, Gardos, third generation, and the fourth generation, Fegel and Habesohn. The fourth generation I did it in Austria.
And now in Belgium?
Now in Belgium, situation a little bit same, because two guys, this Cedric Neuting and Robin Davis, they are hungry also to be good player, and I like this challenge for me. Very hard work, and maybe try a new system, a new exercises. Sometimes I find a new exercises. I'm thinking very much about table tennis, and I like it. It's my life.
What is this plastic ball, if we come back to plastic ball, is it opportunity for you to try something new? So do you like, do you like, or you stay with the old ball?
But it's very difficult if you learn the table tennis like, wow, very good rotation and like this, and after coming the plastic. After you must find a solution, small changing for this plastic ball. But I think is not finished this plastic ball. Maybe in the future they find better quality and not too hard, because I think the countries like China also, they say the opinion, and they produce almost the plastic balls 90%, and after they can find a good balls for universal table tennis, not only the fast table tennis. I think he's not finished this project, the balls.
So you hope that the plastic ball will improve?
Not finished, will improve.
They will improve.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
I think.
We were talking about development of table tennis and about future of our sport. You told that it's impossible to earn enough money being a player.
Yes.
But you are a professional coach. For professional coach, can you make living out of table tennis? In other words, do you have enough money?
I don't have enough money. I am not rich. I am very poor.
So they don't pay enough.
But for me, it's not so important. Very much money. For me, is important. The money is enough for my life. With much work, or this is also a reason why I must working, because I need also a little bit money, because what I have, my retired, is not enough for the life in Austria. In Hungary may be enough, but I have a family in Austria, my son, I must live in Austria, but I must work a little bit more. Not little bit, much more.
Much more.
But okay, but I like the not the money is the first for me in this table tennis. First is table tennis, like sport, and I like very much.
But let's say if we take top table tennis coaches, for instance, if one team or one national federation, they want to invite a really experienced and professional top table tennis coach, how much they need to pay?
I never ask how much they get, and I don't know also because the coach, like coach, I have a contact, but I never ask how much money they have. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
So there's coaches from Bundesliga or from
I don't know nothing.
German national
really,
team?
I don't know. I never ask it.
But do you think it's possible to make living out of table tennis as a coach?
I think they don't have so many coaches in Germany. In French, they have more coach. They get more money also. But how they make the organization with the county federations or national or clubs, really I don't know. Because if I speak with coaches, I ask always from table tennis, never with salary and with money.
So table tennis is more important for you?
More important for me.
Okay. But for free you cannot work?
Yeah, this is also true. You are a businessman, you know better than I, but okay, you need money, but not the first priority for me, the level, how can improve the players.
Back to Canada. You have worked for 1.5 hour, or for 1.5 year in Canada.
Yes.
And do you know about United States also, this North American table tennis? Is it big? Is it a sport or it's more hobby?
So I can say about Canada, but I think in USA also a little bit similar.
So I am asking because we have a lot of customers from North America.
Because why?
Yeah.
Because they have many players. They play table tennis, but which players? Most of players Chinese. In Canada, in Toronto, for example, they have one Chinese club is always full, and they make private lessons from private coach. The Chinese coaches, they have more salary like all national coach in Europe from private lessons. For example, the wife of Johnny Huang was player in Canada. I saw her, I think, in March, 3 months ago. She's staying always in this Chinese club. She make full always lessons, give lessons, table tennis lessons, 10, 15 a day, 10 hours a day, okay, with 50 euros a day, one day.
But it's
very hard work.
This is very hard work.
But
well paid.
Well paid, yes.
Yeah, well paid.
The Chinese pay, the Chinese people, and most of the players is Chinese. In Canada and in USA also. But in Canada, a lot of Chinese living. In Vancouver, there's the second Chinese town in the world.
After Beijing.
After
not counting.
Not China.
Not counting China.
China don't counting.
Okay. I guess that our main audience are amateur players and players which are playing for fun, not for highest performance, not for international table tennis. Can you give 2 or 3 advices how to improve their table tennis as being a top table tennis coach, but you also have a lot of experience in your Balaton camp. So yes. Can you give 2 or 3 hint for table tennis players how to improve their game?
Some advice.
Yeah, some advice.
This depends. They want better results, or they want better table tennis movement, because some of them want result, better level result, and after they take a long pimple and they play like this and this, and after they can win faster, earlier. But if you want really enjoy the table tennis, moving, sweeping and everything, moving, go to table, topspin, moving, and after good time in the hall, after you are for your health, moving enough, this need longer time. And after you have to play with normal rubbers, the table tennis what correct movement. But if you want faster result after coming with chop, with long pimple and everything. I know you are chopper, but you moving also enough. I remember of your play. You don't play at table and make like this. You make good
classical defense.
Defense. This is okay. This is very good. But some amateur people took from Neubauer some rubbers. I don't know.
Make this chop block on the table.
Roulette or many names. I don't know the names. No, you have many. And played like this on anti or gorilla. They play this anti topspin or gorilla. They have a buffalo or something like this. Always disturb the
game. Yeah.
Disturb.
To disturb the game.
Yes. And now this is another like for your health to play table tennis and enjoy the table tennis.
So you are voting for honest table tennis without using equipment, special equipment.
Yes. This is better for everybody, and after they enjoy the table tennis. But many players finish the table tennis because came these people, push the ball, and after, before with the TSP curve, also with preparation, you push like this. After was no chance to continue the ball, or the Neubauer. It was unbelievable. There was no chance to continue. One time topspin, and he make like this. After the ball go down like so. Now with this new from Neubauer, need many practice, a lot of practice. The anti-topspin. One or two players playing in the world. One from Austria, this Soya Emily. She plays like a buffalo, I think, or something like this. Buffalo. She practice a lot, and after the topspin coming, she needs special technique to push the ball. But it's not like it's not enough. This is a little bit another. But this is very good in table tennis because you can have chopper with pimple, you can have short pimple variation, you can have long pimple, you can stay with short pimple, attack to play, everything. The table tennis is one of the most, I think, the most beautiful sport in the world, I think. So many variations, so many to be clever, to very fast, feeling, everything what you need.
Another question about the material. These two players which you are coaching now from Belgium.
Yes.
Devos and
Neuting.
Which equipment do they use?
They play with Tipar.
With Tipar equipment.
Tipar Evolution MXP.
Both sides?
Both sides. Both sides.
And both of them?
Both of them.
Another topic is booster. A lot of table tennis players in the national team, on junior level, on national team level, we wouldn't say who exactly, but they use special treatment of the rubber. So they use boosters, which gives the rubber more power. What do you think? These boosters are good for table tennis?
Of course, it's good.
So they improve.
Yeah, of course.
They improve the game.
Normally, they have the rules that under, I think, 2 ppm now, or 3, under 3 ppm is allowed to play with the rubber. 3 ppm is meaning the gas what coming from the rubber with this special machine. If it's under 3 ppm, after is okay. And if you make with booster, after you never go to 3 ppm more, if you put your racket outside 1 hour or in the night, after your racket is always 0.8 or 0.6 booster. So ppm.
So normally booster has 0 ppm because it's absolutely clean.
ppm, he has, but immediately
it disappears.
But after one night is out. But they have in the factory also booster. They put the booster in the rules only after the factory. If the rubber comes, you cannot do yourself the booster inside. But they don't speak about it anymore because they have the rules that under 3 ppm is everything is okay.
Everything is
and
okay.
Nobody speak about booster, and the booster is allowed or not allowed, but everybody close their eyes because they cannot see it that this is fresh boosters.
So booster make rubber faster.
And also the Chinese players, they play with these HIFU boosters. It's unbelievable. They're very hard rubbers like Hurricane 3 is unbelievable hard, or Skyline, unbelievable hard rubbers, but with boosters, but they put unbelievable so much. After the rubbers is very elastic and very fast and very good feeling also. Before is too hard, not so good feeling, and in the noise also is not so good. But after the boosters, so unbelievable. I take the racket from Wang Hao. He was also in Austria played, and he played with boosters. This unbelievable. This Hurricane, when with boosters full, very fast, very elastic, and everything. The feeling is unbelievable. The best rubbers after the special Chinese boosters.
We can say that you don't recommend for amateur player to use long pimples with this destructive effect, which really breaks the game, table tennis game. But booster, you think it's improved the game. So you can think you think that
the booster is like instead of gluing.
Instead of gluing before.
Yes.
Instead of this speed gluing.
Yes. Because 2007, the ITTF one finished the gluing. They found one rules that no gas anymore. That came this 8 ppm, yes, but they don't think about it. With one liquid like air, they can make same fast rubbers like
before. What do you think? We have a lot of changes in table tennis rules, starting from the year 2000, when the score was changed. No, first the diameter of the ball changed from 38 to 40 millimeters. Then 1 year later, the score was up to 11 instead of up to 21. And then a new service rule, speed glue ban, and now plastic material. So what do you think? Is it improving table tennis, or some of them improving, or what is the biggest change? What do you think?
The reason why they want to change, this is a first question. It was the idea from Adam Scharrer, because he wants that the table tennis is slower, and to sell the sport like sport is more easier if the table tennis is not so fast. And this was the reason why he changed the balls 38 to 40 millimeters. Also, he changed the floor. The Taraflex came with red color, and everything is good for the television to see. After he changed from 21 to 11, because after always shorter game, always more situation, very close matches, and still now is very close, and to see is more better for the people. After he changed the timeout, it was never timeout before. He changed also the
service rule.
Service rule. Gluing he changed it because it was too fast, and he think it 2006 is enough. He changed the gluing, not anymore. Before he Ogimura want to change it, the gluing, but he died They died when Ogimura was also president short time, and Adam Schlager also want to change the gluing, but the chemical of the ITTF, they don't think about the booster, that's liquid. Also, instead of gluing, you can doing with booster. Also, the plastic balls now is not too clever to play slow table tennis, because he wants slower table tennis, but now with plastic balls is faster coming. So I think in this plastic ball was not in this packet. Why they want to change it slower the table tennis? Plastic balls is another.
But all other changes was meant to make table tennis slower.
Yes,
to make it more attractive for TV coverage.
More attractive for the, yes.
Yeah. And what do you think? Do they succeeded? International Table Tennis Federation.
I think more professional. When '96 they start with the professional table tennis, they reach very much. Adam Schlager, I think he was an unbelievable good president in this.
For table tennis.
Professional, yes. I think it was very good. For table tennis was very good. Before was really not professional, the table tennis. The different tournaments, events was not so like professional like now.
And next year the World Championship will take place in Sweden, and 1 year after in Budapest. Yes. So it's in Hungary, at your country. So what do you think? Would it be enough spectators in Hungary?
Sure. I think for World Championship, sure. Come for the semi-final, final, sure. So many people knows the table tennis before. Hungary was very big country in table tennis, and I think many people remember. With Chinese there, Japanese there, coming. Sure. And Sweden also.
This old generation of Hungarian players, are they famous in Hungary? So do they know? Do the people know? Still remember Klamper? Still remember Joner?
Yes, many people remember, but they have not so good life. They are not rich from table tennis. In that time was not enough money in the table tennis.
But they were icons. They were absolute top players in the world.
But the system was a little bit. It was communist time in Hungary. The system was central system, not individual, and they didn't have enough money from table tennis. The players. So it was also because of this time when it was finished 95, 96 this generation.
So this was socialist time.
Yes.
And they don't have enough money because of the system.
Yes.
So if same.
And also the money was not enough international.
In table tennis.
Yes. But not. But for example, if you are so great player like Jóner from Germany, you have sure enough money. But from Hungary, or Klampar, sure enough, but in Hungary he didn't have enough money.
So there was three great players, Klampar, Jóner and Gergely.
Yes.
And are they still in table tennis now?
Klampar coach, and Gergely and Jóner is not anymore, I think. Gergely, I think he is working in some local television in Budapest, and Jóner not special, not so much in table tennis.
Okay. Okay, Ferenc, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for answering questions. And I hope our audience of tabletennis11.com are satisfied, and we are waiting that you come again to answer our question next time.
Thank you also. Thank you very much.